to my environment. I grew up feeling like a star with thoughts never out of alignment. It was not the alarm that woke me up or made it hard to sleep. Was the city sending sirens? Undecisive, unemployment's a crisis. I find it hard to connect with people through fucking devices. My friends struggling to buy his baby diapers. It's hard to believe in love when you witness domestic violence. Seeing women disrespected and treated like items. Police looking for the evidence, they never find them. The lost souls, society hides them. They gotta make the choice to be a cold or a diamond. Gotta decide what you're gonna be. A thorn in the side or a rose, a rising out of the concrete. I worked hard, put in the time like a donkey. With the dominance of my depression seriously daunting. I'm walking a tight line. I'm juggling worlds between skyscrapers. Am I in the right mind? Have I a lifeline to make a living writing rhymes instead of a 9 to 5 to survive time? In a state of obscurity, I'm trying to get paid in order to try and maintain financial security. To find immunity and influence in my community. Issues that we're dealing with, speaking with humility. The feelings are true to me. The CCTV got the local area paranoid under scrutiny. This is for the youth to see the fruits of the future with abuse of past. Questioning what did you do to me? Why am I different? Why they excluding me? Back from acceptance in. Why they refusing me? I'm top behind my back and the topic is my family. I'm working to make the profit, now the boss wanna fire me. I wonder what's left to conquer. Drugs for depression, I lust for marijuana. Let me take you on a little adventure in the summer, yeah. I'm sitting quietly, listening to the quiet. I think that I might be singing my days away in sobriety. But something inspired me to stay driven on my pace like a chase film on a fast lane going high speed. I'm after my dream, the ambulance never on time. Lights flashing around the crime scene. It was an attempt to murder on my vision. I've emptied the ammunition, now my ambition to die. Yeah, storm is the climate, calm is the mindset. The good and the bad, it's kinda hard to compromise it. To use the consequences, the concept of what it's like to move out of my mama's apartment. It's complex, but I gotta be honest. The clock's ticking on treadmill, time is running, I am conscious. I probably moved to Mars with Karl Marx. Talk about Marxism and living as a communist. The fuck is all this nonsense? I'm talking shit, conflicted by many contradictions in my conscience. Cause every now and again I get a constant urge to make a sudden move to another continent. In the midst of my chores, debt collectors knocking at my door. Trip over the bucket full of water and I knock them out to the floor. Call a friend on the phone, no time for hello. They took away my sanity, now soon they'll take my home. Cause I ain't got nowhere to go. Cause I ain't got nowhere to go. They won't take my soul, won't take my freedom. Free spirit to the way I go. I get the stage to replace my home. People pay me to stay on tour, screaming encore. I guess it means that they want more. I take control of my guitar and play some chords to stay composed while everybody's losing it. Like sports to the water with the music in. The absorbing is so passionate and pure. I remember back when I was poor, back when I was being asked what am I rhyming for. Kicked out to the curb with my mama out the door. Freezing to death, the degree was like -4. My music is the fossil of my mind and my soul. When I leave the world behind, it's like dinosaurs. I blow the crowd a kiss, I hear applause from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for being a part. Cause I remember back when I was poor, back when I was being asked what I'm rhyming for. Kicked out to the curb, my mama out the door. Freezing to death, the degree was like -4. My music is the fossil of my mind and my soul. When I leave the world behind, it's like dinosaurs. I blow the crowd a kiss, I hear applause from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for being a part of the show.
I'm originally from a country called Mauritius. The island, like it's a little island in the sun between Australia and Africa. So we're right in the middle. And it's like a tiny dot on the map, so you really have to look for it. It's very small. But yeah, that's where I'm from. But I moved to Dublin when I was 13 years of age. And I kind of grew up in the inner city of Dublin. When I moved to Dublin, I had no friends. Well, I was very musical, but I was never really, I didn't want to become like an artist, like making my own stuff. But then when I came here and there was nothing to do, like, cause I didn't have any youth club to go to. There was nothing, and I had I was living in a place. It was like a box, literally from you to here. That was my whole house, like, and the kitchen was there. I was sleeping on the floor, and then There's a toilet there. And I was just stuck after school. My mum would work like graveyard shift because she wouldn't even come home. But I was just stuck in that box, and I had no internet at the time as well. Like, there was nothing there, and I was like, I was listening to the music. But first, I was writing like if I would listen to a rap song, yeah. So I would listen to it over and over again, and I was trying to write the raps, like what I'm hearing. So I'll write it down on a piece of paper. So like it's something that's like, my name is Joe, and I'm like, I say hello. So I'm gonna write down, my name is Joe, and I'm like, look, I'm writing, maybe I can. What if I want to write my shit? Like, I came from school, I'm not cool, I have no friends, blah blah. And it started really cringy. Like, I was kind of saving it for myself so I can just look back and just. It was like playing a game, like coming back, like playing the PlayStation. I couldn't wait to come back to write something about my day. I made friends today. I said this word today. I learned dia gwitch, dia smergwitch today, or whatever. I grew up through the youth service because I had no friends. I was in the park, and then I only had a basketball. I was trying to play basketball, but it was with me and the ball, and there was a couple of guys that was in the youth club, and they see me alone. They were like, "Oh, where you from? What are you doing here alone?" "Oh, we're in the youth club. We play football. You just want to come and join?" And that's how I got to. But since then, every time after school, I would go there, and there was food because we didn't have the money. We were hungry, whatever. But the club had food. They had chicken curry on Wednesday, had lasagna and bolognese, all that.
I'm tired of being abused, I'm tired of walking through life, feeling so confused. I'm trying to get my mind right and make a little move towards who I wanna be. They wanna see me lose, they wanna see me bruise, sitting under the moonlight, singing away the blues. And the city lights illuminate my Nike shoes, can't even stand up on my feet. I'm blinded by the jewels, the different brands of clothes, and all the different shit that I know I can't afford. And it keeps me away from setting up a certain goal for the future that I wanna see. And I'm tired of the TV telling me who am I supposed to be, how to think and how to feel. Let me live in peace and harmony. Even the shit I'm hearing on the radio is harming me. Positivity muted, the wrong one is on repeat. I just wanna be me honestly, free from the media, living day to day with meaning and honesty. And take a deep breath among the trees. Cause I don't wanna read what's on the paper. Wouldn't let someone else control the life I live. I'd rather put my feelings on the paper. The negativity's so contagious. Won't let someone else affect the way I think. I'd rather put my feelings on the paper. Well, now the story goes, bumping on my stereo while my mama's out there with the heavy load. Now I'm getting high, cause I'm feeling very low, and I find it hard to face myself. And my friends are selling dope with the fear of getting old. Rapping out Dublin one summer hill parade for sure. And I go to ask them what the fuck we do it for. They say they gotta pay the rent, and that lady wants to find a soulmate, doesn't wanna die alone. Last week she just turned 40. No one even called the phone, yeah. Been single for a while now, and since her husband overdosed, logging in on Facebook, going through them old photos. Walking down in memory lane, suppressing days been erased. Trying hard to meditate with a medication in your brain. In an ocean of thoughts, the hot ship sails away. Clouds over your head, somebody better get the rain gauge. It's the wildlife, nobody ain't tame. Self-composure, it's hard to maintain. The rain's filling them painkillers and killing no pain. This pain for pills trying to stay sane. Dear doctor, writing my prescription. Please bear in mind that I'm fighting an addiction. Tell me what you do if you were living in my condition. I'm a victim of imprisonment, trapped within the system. The government stick with them words with the way they twist them. I'm on my couch and they're on the television. All they do is talk, 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 we never listen. I decided to take action to get up off my ass, to get myself back on the horse again. Gather my resources and practice gratitude. My attitude is to become whole again. Taking back control and learning how to dream and hope again. I was operating on the low battery. I was down to 4% with obstacles and opposition forces in. Gotta keep my focus, but I'm absolutely overwhelmed. But I keep getting closer, quitting over and over again. It felt like I ain't never gonna win. Condescending thoughts like nothing's happening. Got me wishing for a magic in the wind, hoping that everything changes direction. Yeah, cause I don't wanna read what's on the paper. I'd rather put my feelings on the paper. The negativity's so contagious. just won't let someone else affect the way I think. I'd rather put my feelings on the paper.
I was always into music. Like I just didn't realize, because when I was smaller, I was anything that sounded like music. You know, I just bobbed to it or whatever. I felt the energy. Like. But I always knew I wanted to do music, because my cousin, he had a Linkin Park CD, right? We didn't understand shit that was going on in that song, but he sounded so good, you know, the music, and then there was a bit of. But I wanted to be the DJ in the Linkin. There's like 6 of them. There's like Johan, Brad, Phoenix, and your man Chester and Mike and the drummer Rob, right? But I wanted to be every singer. I wanted to be like the Chinese guys on a DJ, but I couldn't do it, and I wanted to be the drummer. I couldn't fucking do it. I wanted to be the guitarist, and I wanted to sing. I couldn't do it. And I was like, I'm gonna rap. You know, that was the last thing. You know, that's where I got my inspiration, whatever, from.
How do you love in this war going on? Feeling like you've had enough and you're losing your patience. No room for creativity, inspiration. Gets killed by the schools and inadequate systems, all in the name of so-called education. Judging the youth and the destination gets predicted quick as a neighborhood they came from, using smart strategy to make sure they stay dumb. I wonder would there ever be a day when change comes? Change the raincoat, change radio stations, campaign for change, yelling for our freedom. Watch the sea swallow in the silence if our dreams gone. I guess my destiny depends on a fucking piece of paper. I've been dealing with discrimination, stuck in a rut in a difficult situation, singing the issues, wishing that I could say some. To Francis and Margaret, they both passed away with cancer, it's hard to let go. I'm blessed to have met with your acquaintance. Treat every day as if it's a special occasion, accepting the fact that every second we're changing. Nevertheless, I just hope you forever stay young, forever stay strong, and take on whatever dream with no hesitation. Green for meditation, peace for the ones deceased, for this nation. Save our trees and seas and our creation, and give the world back its original colors. So pick up the crayons and pieces of information.
That was written maybe a couple of months ago, like, but I was like looking around, like in my environment. It's a place. There's a lot of resilience and a lot of like strength and hope within the community, like with the people as well. But then you kind of see the dark. There's different sides. You see the good light of the inner city, and you see the bad side as well. So it was kind of like I was, you know, trying to make it make sense, because there's a lot of stigma attached around like young people growing up, not just young people, any people growing up in the inner city, education wise, financial wise, and you know, ambition wise, and hopes and dreams. And that thing was like the whole idea of writing it was like trying to, look, we have something to give as well to society, not just like selling drugs or robbing cars or. And then these kids, even though they're good kids, like even though they get locked up or whatever, but they're good kids, you know. Because I work in, like, I'm involved in, like, in a youth club as well. Like, and I grew up around, I owe my life to them, like. But then me growing up through the system and see younger kids kind of coming up, and you're like, they're good kids, and but you see the way some of them know where their life are going. Oh, this guy's gonna end up in jail in 10 years. This guy's gonna end up selling drugs. Oh yeah, she's gonna be blah blah. But then you kind of, it's wrong, like, you know, because they're only kids, they're just human beings that's being neglected, you know, like, very intelligent, smart minds.
We dance in the corner of the midnight street, and the arms round my shoulder, we move to the beat. Our lips getting closer, and slowly we kiss, baby. I'm in love and intoxicated, and the boys made the fire from the ties they stole. Our bodies kept us warm, but the nights stay cold, and sober ain't the word that we're looking for. With a shooting star in the sky we gazed in, the shots at the stadium from Summer Hill Parade. The rich came to visit, in the gutter we remain. They hear our story about the devil in the veins, baby. It is far more complicated. We're indebted to the sheets that made us. My teacher never teaches, they always fail us, saying not even Jesus can come and save us, cause they know my dad's incarcerated. Ooh. Ooh. cold in my city, we're betrayed by the sun, cause the light don't travel to where I come from. And daddy went missing and mom is long gone, baby. We can escape in imagination. So 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4, there's non-stop fighting from the house next door. And the cops came knocking with allowance to explode, holding us on gunpoint with our heads to the floor. Hey Mary, my world's kinda scary and a whole lot of citizens afraid. We pay no mind to wisdom and the youth won't listen, and love is the fairy tale. Cause hey Mary, I think I'm going crazy. Is there anything positive to say? Cause living ain't simple at the tip of my pencil, so I guess I gotta scribble away. I'm like na na na, na na na, na 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 na, na na na, na na na. So la 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 la, ooh la 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 la, ooh la